Hello, all Gooners, and welcome back to the Arsenal Bloodline. Thanks for joining me. I'm Elts. You know what it is. Man. Always appreciating the company. Thank you for joining me today. I'm in a happy mood, man. I'm a bit late to the party, but I'm just going to recap the game from yesterday. Of course, we played Athletic Club and we beat them 3-0. By the way, just before I get going, does anyone know why we call Athletic Club Athletic Club? Because growing up watching La Liga. Not that I was ever an avid La Liga watcher, but you watch one or two games. But I always grew up knowing them as Athletic Bilbao. So does anyone know why we're all calling them Athletic Club out of nowhere? Have they changed their name officially? I mean, I guess I could just Google that, but I'm sure one of you out there knows the answer to that. But anyway, we beat Athletic Club 3-0. Very satisfying performance, man. There was good performances all over the pitch, man. Seriously, I was very impressed with what I saw from a number of players. I think we started on the front foot well. There was a little bit of a lull in the first sort of maybe 10-15 minutes. I was beginning to worry that it could be samey. But then, as the half went on, we got better and better. I'd say a half chance for Martinelli. He's gone past his defender. He's shot from an angle he was never going to score from, to be honest. And Saka wasn't too pleased. But then Saka himself was a little bit of a hypocrite on the right-hand side as he skips past his defender. Could have easily have gone down and got a penalty. Saka, he stays on his feet. I think if that's in the Prem, I think he goes down. But he stays on his feet, and himself, he shot from an angle he was never going to score from. But I was happy with what I was seeing at that point. We then, of course, take the lead from our number 14. Was so happy for him, and I'm just happy because he got off the mark before the Prem started. I didn't want him to go into the Prem not scoring, and then one game goes by, he doesn't score, 2 games go by, he doesn't score, then he starts getting called 007. We didn't want any of that rubbish. And the fact that it was a header, something that supposedly he wasn't good at, just made it even more satisfying. It came from a corner on the left hand side. Declan Rice whipped it in very deep. At first I thought it was a bit too deep, but it eventually breaks to Bukayo, who just touches it back to Zubimendi. Zubimendi, by the way, but we're going to talk about him. But it falls to Zubimendi, who first time cross, whip, and the sound on the ball when Zubimendi connected, beautiful. I love that sound. Boop, and then beautiful swinging cross to Gyökerres, who made a nice little darting run, read it all the way, directs it past the goalkeeper with power and precision, and he's off the mark, and it's a wonderful goal. And shall I tell you what I loved about Gyökerres and the way it was the way he reacted to scoring. He wasn't gassed. He didn't really want to do all that. He wasn't really on all that, to be honest with you. Declan made him do it, but he wasn't going to do it. And I like the fact that he wasn't gassed. He's like, yeah, man, light work. I'll do this all the time, man. Whatever, man. Like, let's get ready for Old Trafford, but I can do it for real. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like that. There's a steeliness about Gyökerres, and I've spoken about this before in previous videos, where he's just steely, man. He's just about his business. I love that. Against Villarreal the other day, there was an opportunity that broke, and really it was for Saka to shoot, but the way he just sort of, get out of the way, Bukayo, this is for me, I'm the striker. Like, I love that. It's been what, 3 or 4 years since we had that in our team through Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, since we had like a true gunman. So it was lovely to see him get off the mark. Not long after that, we've doubled the lead. A beautiful move that involved Gyökeres, Ødegaard, who sort of clips the ball over after the touch off from Gyökerres. It then falls to Martinelli, who's bursting through, sort of him and Saka at the same time. Saka peels off a little bit to the right. Martinelli just touches it to Saka, past the keeper, and Saka's got the easy job of just I say easy. It actually wasn't as easy as we may think it was, because he was under pressure, Saka, and just guided it with his right foot, and but 2-0 up, and it was happy days, man. But it was good to see the full team all together, and there was a fluidity and what's the word I'm looking for? A fluidity and a cohesion about the team that I really enjoyed. There was clearly an instruction with Declan and Zubimendi to rotate. I kept noticing that Zubimendi was further afield. I spoke about that in previous games, that I love to see him there, because he's got such a good passing. He's got a good array of passing, Zubimendi. He can pass through a needle. He can pass long range. He does them sort of curling passes out to the wing. I'm really encouraged. Like, I'm so excited by Zubimendi. Probably on the same level as I am with Gyökerres, because he might offer us something that, yeah, man, that we may not have had since like the likes of Cesc. And I don't want to overcook it and put that much pressure on him. Not that many people are listening to this, but it's not going to get back to him. But yeah, like he's giving me those kind of vibes. He's giving me Cesc vibes. He's busy, always wants the ball. He's calm under pressure. Doesn't matter if he's got 2 guys on him. calm, he's got a quick brain, and releases the ball and uses the ball well, recycles the ball well, gets further afield, which I like. And there was a rotation between him and Declan, which I thought yes, because I've got to be honest, Declan as a number 8, I'm not fully convinced. I would like to see Declan play mostly as a number 6 and get forward at times. But this whole narrative of Declan being a number 8 and being the eventual, successor to Xhaka, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. You know who I think should be the new number 8, and he's still somewhere in South London. Hopefully we get some news. There was some slight news surfacing earlier, but I'll talk about that in a moment or two. I thought Caliafore was impressive as well whilst he was on the pitch. He didn't last the whole game, which is slightly disappointing because I thought he was playing well. It also leads me to wonder who is going to start at that left back berth on Sunday against Man United, because I was convinced it was going to be Miles, but now I'm not so sure. And after that performance from Caliafore, maybe Arteta's not sure either. There's no games that we know of. There might be a behind closed doors game. Arteta might be able to get a little bit more of a closer look, but as far as we're aware, that's the final game now. So very interesting. That's going to be one I keep my eye on when the team news is announced next Sunday, is who is starting at left back. Fully expect Gabriel and Saliba to be the partnership. I thought Gabriel looks strong, he looks fit, which is great news. Saliba was magnificent. I think Saliba's probably been our player of the pre-season. He's just been brilliant in his pre-season. I think it'd be between him and Zubimendi. Urian Timber looks good, looks okay. Wouldn't surprise me if he goes with Ben White though, because I think Urian Timber doesn't look as sharp as Ben White. Ben White's looked very sharp in his pre-season. I think Deckers is ready to go, as in Declan Rice. He's good to go. We know Zubimendi's there. What a player. Martin Ødegaard looks like he's been, revitalised. He's had a good rest. I said that he was one of the players that needed a good rest this summer, needed to have a good pre-season, and I think we can say that Martin Ødegaard's had a good pre-season. Still doesn't look quite there yet, but he's on the way to being back, Ødegaard. So good to see. Martinelli, I thought, was impressive for whilst he was on, and I also thought the guy that replaced him, sort of with half an hour to go, or was it half time? No, it was half time actually. Noni Madueke came on, and Noni Madueke was impressive, man. He was good. He was direct. We know he's direct. We know he's quick. What I liked about him as well is he wasn't always so bothered about beating his defender. He was just more about getting that ball in the box at all times, and it almost paid off. I'd say, was it 5 minutes after half time? 10 minutes. Great move by the Arsenal. It comes to Noni on the left, puts in a great cross for Gyökerres, who really done well to get his head to that, and he's unlucky. He's hit the post, man. So unlucky. Deserved the goal. Really did. But yeah, I was quite impressed with what I saw from Noni Madueke. I've been critical of the signing, not because I think Noni Madueke is a rubbish player. I don't think he's a rubbish player. I think there's definitely qualities to him. He's direct. He's got some good close control. I think he can contribute to this team. But my issue with Noni Madueke, or us signing Noni Madueke at this particular point, is I don't think we had what we needed yet. So if we would have signed Eze, if we had Eze in the door and had Gyökerres in the door, and then we added Noni Madueke later on, I'm cool with that. I'd have been cool with that. But the fact that we're still sitting here going, Eze, please Please, Arsenal, please. Why didn't we make that happen first? He was the priority for me. But it's nothing against Noni Madueke, and he looked good. He looked good. I think that's another question. I think all of Arteta's conundrums are all based on the left-hand side. So whether he will go with Miles or whether he goes with Ricardo at left back, and also whether he goes with Martinelli or whether he goes with Noni Madueke. So interesting. But yeah, I was really happy with the performance, guys. I really was. And of course, the icing on the cake was Viktor comes off, and I don't know about how anyone else feels. When Viktor came off, I was disappointed, and you knew it was coming. You knew that he wasn't going to keep Gyökerres on for the whole 90 minutes, right? We knew that. But when he took him off, I was still disappointed because I wanted him to get more and more, get another goal. But we knew he was going to come off. Obviously, he comes off. Kai Havertz comes on, and of course, I get it. Look, Kai needs his minutes as well, and I thought Kai was good. Even prior to when he scored, he was good. He was involved. Nice touches here and there, and of course, the moment comes where the ball breaks to Saka. Saka puts a nice lofted ball over to Kai to run onto. Kai takes the first touch very, very well, gets it sort of away from under his feet, and he's onto it, and he's running, and he's showing a good degree of pace. There's a lot of people saying, "Oh, I didn't know Kai Havertz had that kind of pace." I'm like, he's done it before. If you remember when we thrashed Chelsea 5-1 and he scored a brace, he scored a goal very similar to that, where he very, very similar to that at the same end as well, at the North Bank end. Ran onto it, held off his defender, and then finished it beautifully. So it was very similar. So he's got that pace to him. I think he's one of these people that's deceptively fast, a bit like Mesut Ozil back in the day. But yeah, happy for Kai, really happy for him. It was a good goal, and it just wrapped up a really good performance. So yeah, really happy with that performance. A brilliant way to sign off from pre-season. The roar that went up when Gyökerres scored was, you could hear it through the TV. It was absolutely brilliant. Really happy for him. And happy for Kai as well, and just it was a good all-round performance from the boys, and the perfect way to sign off, I'd say. So just a quick recap. That was my quick recap, really. Still nothing really with regards to transfers. Everything that I'm hearing seems to be, still nothing with regards to outgoings. But there are rumours circulating, and everything that's circulating does appear to be about outgoings. I do still feel, my gut feeling tells me Trossard's gone. He's going. And there's probably more to this injury that he's carrying. I think there's probably more to it than that. I don't think he's injured like that, really. I think he's probably working a way out of the club. Zinchenko, haven't seen much of him as well. I think he's probably another one. There's rumours about Vieira with Stuttgart making a 20 million bid. That seems to be coming. Unfortunately, and this one kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. Kivior, and I know there's always been this thing about Kivior leaving this summer. I really hoped he wouldn't leave, but apparently there's a whole host of clubs, particularly in Italy, that are sniffing around him. So it looks likely that he's probably going to be gone, which is such a shame, because he's such a good backup and he done such a great job when Gabriel got injured last season. So that would be a shame. Still nothing really new on Eze, really. There was one or two things about a deal being agreed, but if I'm honest with you, we've heard that for the past month, and with all due respect to some of those guys that are reporting that today, I need to hear it from certain man. I need to hear it from certain reporters before I start to get that tingle that this could actually happen. So still got to wait and see. 1 week left. Let's see what happens there. But yeah, guys, that was it really. Just wanted to recap. I'm very excited now for next Sunday against United. Really, really looking forward to that game, and I can't wait for the Leeds game. Of course, I will be there, and that is, it's been a while. It's been a good 3 months now since I've been at the Emirates. I've been around the Emirates a lot over the last few weeks, but in terms of being, taking my seat, it's been about over 3 months now. So yeah, no, about 3 months. So yeah, looking forward to getting back there. It's the home away from home. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on the game. Let me know your thoughts. We will be releasing more content this week, just looking ahead to the season, just getting our predictions in. Of course, I've been asking Arsenal fans all over the gaff, for their thoughts on who's going to win the league, who's going to be Arsenal's key player, what the top four will be, who the top goal scorers are going to be, how many goals, do they expect Gyökerres to score. But this time, it's time for me and my bro to answer those questions. So watch out for that content. That will be coming very, very soon as well. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. Big up yourself. Do not forget to subscribe, please. And catch you soon. Peace.